What's up, guys? Welcome back to Reality Matters. Kicking off the new year, this marks the premiere episode of our fully reimagined and rebooted podcast. Today delves into the true definition of success. Success is one of the most misunderstood concepts in modern society. Everyone has a different definition, but today we're breaking it down to its core.
Yes, sir. Let's just hop into it.
So, how do we want to define success? What's the? What would your definition be of success?
There's so many viewpoints on it. There's the materialistic view, there's the career-centric view, the influence of social media, and then there's also the hustle culture debate. We can go through all of them, but which one would you guys want to start on?
Let's just go through our personal definitions.
All right, go for it.
I guess I'll start. Not everyone believes in God, which is a burden. I don't like saying that, but it's the disturbing truth of today's society. But in my eyes, I honestly see success as, well, God gives us the pride feeling of success whenever he favors us, because he blesses us with everything whenever he sees all these people not doing anything, and then he's like, oh, this person actually is. And he's like, just give him some blessing. Bless him with everything, because he actually gives to us whenever we put effort into our daily lives. And I feel like whenever we see those blessings, that's just how we know that we're actually being truly successful in life. And I mean, that kind of keeps the broadness of success to everyone's own opinions, because someone could observe something as a blessing and then someone could observe it as like a curse. So it all comes up to what your personal goals are in life and how close you are getting to it.
All right. So more of a relationship with God. Summarize that. Lucas, you?
I was gonna say something pretty similar. Definitely kind of what God has for you. I think success is defined my way as something that you think that you've done good. And that just means I've successfully done this task. I've successfully done this whole thing. You know what I mean? The success, once again, we've already talked about, can mean a whole bunch of different things. So I think most definitely it's just kind of what God has set for you if you follow in his path. And what do you think what you have succeeded and what you think what your success really has done?
Okay, that's good.
All right, I would pretty much agree with both of those, but I just want to add that to me, success is being your own person, not being controlled or oppressed by the government or anyone else, just living for you and God and not for the world.
Conspiracy theorist.
I am a conspiracy theorist. I'll give it that. I am a conspiracy theorist.
Yes.
So, with that being said, though, I guess let's hop into the materialistic view of everything.
You go first, Micah, because I know that's what you're all about.
I'm not.
You just lead us in.
All right, so look, most people go through their world and equate success with wealth, cars, luxury lifestyles, status, watches, designer glasses, the material things. What do you say to those people? Do you agree with them or do you disagree?
I feel like someone trying to buy all that just to kind of prove themselves, make everyone and that being the only thing that makes them some special type of person is something that I don't agree with, because some loser that goes and buys a Lambo could be like, yeah, I'm so much cooler than, but if they don't got no muscles or any good health, then it doesn't mean anything to me. Some dude could pull up to me with a $50,000 watch on, but if he doesn't have any good connection with his family, good connection, loving wife or some, you know what I'm trying to say? It doesn't mean anything if you're trying to use the materialistic things as the only thing to prove yourself worthy.
I know what you mean, but that loving wife thing, I don't ever see myself getting married low key. Marriage just doesn't have the same benefit in today's society as it did back then.
No, marriage is a financial decision. That's pretty much all it is nowadays.
I'm gonna have to.
Besides
disagreement.
Besides in Christ. I know you're about to say something.
Yeah,
I'm saying
I'm gonna have to say that you guys gotta fix your definitions there. Yeah, first disagreement for the podcast. No.
Yeah.
I think Okay, so marriage, obviously, yes. Has it changed over the course of many years? Absolutely. But I still think it has value, and I think it shows because it shows devotion to your wife or to your husband. Or
you have gold diggers who turn around and get married to rich men, and
exactly.
The rich man might love the gold digger, but the gold digger just wants the money, and then
But
say that gold digger divorces that man.
Here's a good question to that.
Oh wait, that's why you would have it.
Are they marrying each other in the word of Christ, in the name of Jesus
I was just about to
Christ?
say that. Is God in the relationship or not?
Absolutely not.
That's what I would bring up. I think.
Okay, but
He's
then
most
that goes
definitely-
into, like, since we're getting into that, then there's the Bible of what a godly woman should do and what a godly man should do. Yet every woman in this world wants a man that actually I can't even say it. They wanna have their cake and eat it too, basically.
Okay, so
I feel like you're describing like a certain like portion, not like obviously not every woman is like that. That's
Well, I mean, thing is, the society in the United States is so much different from the society everywhere else in the world. Like, if you were to go to, if you were to go to Middle East, like not the Middle East, let's say like Israel or something. These people, that if you mention anything about hoeing around and all these terrible things, they're gonna shun you from society and be like, get out of here, because that's not how they function. Because in the United States, the government wants us to. They're putting all this in our movies, putting all this in our TV shows and our music, and trying to normalize it, because that just tears down the actual definition of what a relationship between a man and a woman
Propaganda.
is. Yep.
All this propaganda.
Absolutely. It's like, what else can you really say about it? Because I can't really say it's exactly the government, but just whatever's ruling the whole agenda being pushed right now there's a bunch of like obvious things that they're trying to do, like tear down what I just said, the definition of an actual relationship. But like, you don't see that anywhere else in the world. Jesus Christ is the only perfect man.
exactly. He was the only perfect man.
That is true.
That's how you repent and give yourself
But
up for God.
We live in a world that justifies. We live in a world that justifies everyone's actions. Fuck. Hold up. Nope. I gotta say it properly. You guys continue talking. Hold up. I gotta get it right.
That justifies what?
It justifies people's actions that are not justifiable.
Bro,
no, it's not. No, it wasn't on. It wasn't on TikTok. It wasn't on TikTok. It wasn't on TikTok. Hold up. It's
No, but I think I get what you're trying to say. Like,
yeah.
Everyone's actions they're trying to normalize. They're trying to justify and normalize their actions because they don't want to. It's just cope. They don't want to take accountability and act the way that they're supposed to. So they try to normalize and justify whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I can see what you mean by that.
It's close to that, but like I'm trying to find my best. Trying my best to find it right now. Cause low key, hold up.
I don't know. What do you think about that, Lucas?
I think I understand where you're trying to go, justifying the unjustifiable. Yeah, no, I feel like definitely
I was way off.
Newer age. Oh, look at this guy. Look at him.
I was way off. I found it. All right. So it's not even from me, but it states we live in a world that everyone attempts to seek validation from someone, but yet we need to stop seeking validation from the same world that crucified a perfect man.
Facts. All right. Now, what do you truly think about that statement, Micah? Put that in your own words.
Honestly, we need to stop caring about what everyone thinks about, because everyone wants to take someone's opinions from literally everything. Say, what is it? Okay, I went to the military. My cousin literally a couple of nights ago said that wasn't what she saw in my eyes that I wanted to do. It's just something that I did because people were telling me to do it and gave me a rundown of all the benefits. So everyone wants to take life advice from people instead of just doing what truly makes them happy. That's what I take from that. Like, you go ahead.
So with that same kind of thing it goes both ways, because if you tell everyone that but it's matched with bad morals and bad intentions, then they're going to just start justifying all their terrible actions, saying that everyone should.
Well, that's where this comes into play, isn't it? That's where this bad boy comes into play. Ethical and morality. Lead with ethical. I had to pull it out. Nah, look, this world is ran by people who manipulate others for their personal and professional gain in the name of power and leadership. But if you guys really want to change the world, look, 60 laws of ethical power and leadership. And if you're a godly person, there's like literally 6 or 7 chapters in here that quotes literally phrases and scriptures from the Bible exactly as they were written, and gives interpretation of what they could mean
Hey, bro, this book is the Bible, the sequel.
The Bible.
I wouldn't put it like that. I would
The
not put it like
Bible's.
that.
Well,
Well,
hold
the
on.
Bible,
Let me.
Bible is about how you should live your life and having actual good morals. It has the parables are trying to teach us what life is truly like with and without God. And whenever you're trying to live your life in good intentions with like God completely out of the picture, it's like you're still following everything that the Bible says. So like any kind of mindset book, any kind of ethical
All right.
power book,
Right
I
here.
feel
Spirituality and Higher Purpose is the chapters 22 through 28. Chapter 22 is aligned with a higher purpose. Let your actions serve a cause greater than yourself.
Yeah. So I guess what would be your second definition of success? So we got into the first one.
let's be more specific. I think
Yeah.
Micaiah's answer was already kind of specific, but if you have any more specific answer, then give it, Micaiah.
'Cause we had a few different definitions, right? We had
Material.
wanna
Okay,
just-
so then there's the
yeah, the
career
material,
centric.
yes.
So
Yeah.
let's focus on the career aspect of it. Other people could define success by their job titles: entrepreneur, author, multi-millionaire, degrees or social recognition, public influencer on Instagram, 30 million followers. What are you guys' opinions on that?
I mean, I'll go first this time. Change it up a little bit. No, yeah. I think definitely in the career sense, that could definitely be a way to set. Whoa, ooh, well, a little speech there. Definitely a way if success. Because you succeeded. You succeeded in building a followership. You succeeded in getting, let's just say, in a sense of career, or let's just say like YouTube subscribers or Instagram followers, Twitter, anything like that. You succeeded in, I guess, getting bigger, right? In that sense. However, I feel like bigger number, that's where people can start to kind of change a little bit. It's where they can start showing greed. Is where they can start changing a little bit, because obviously there's people out there who are
Acting in
famous.
their own purpose instead of God's purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly.
And some people got those followers and that wealth from selling their soul, which wasn't aligning with God in the first place.
Yep. Well, I mean, no, that's a good answer, Luke. I mean, it's like so. Well, were you kind of basically trying to say that success is working towards what God was meant for us? God was like meant for us to do in your career in the end.
Almost. I want to say in a sense, yeah, because if you follow the God's path, however, with that obviously comes failures. Because obviously, let's be real, everyone has failed something in their life. And there's a quote that I know of. I think it is from Rick Rubin's book. It says, "Failure is the information you need to get where you are going." So if you have a destination, let's say success, and building a good, let's just take business for example, a good business, you're going to fail in between. There's no way around it, unless if you just one shot lucky. God's got you in the back. But
yeah,
failure, and that quote has most definitely, I think, spoke to me for a while now, actually. But it's just kind of like, if it is in God's will, and if it's what He has done for you, like if it's the purpose that you follow, so, like building churches too. I think that's like, if we're going to kind of be like on a godly topic here. Obviously, people have failed building churches. There's one thing just might have went wrong, but they got the information to make that church better, and then, bada bada boom, you have a fully working church. And I guess the one, for example, a church I go to, have HBTW, I have Bible Really Travel, huge church, right? They always talk about multiple different churches. Actually, very cool to watch. But like, I'm pretty sure that they've definitely probably failed in the past. So this also kind of still like on the thing of like career, trying to get like both the career and like kind of the godly aspect that we're like talking about here into one. And failure, I feel like, is not really talked about much. Like on social media, everyone kind of shows. I guess like there's people on Instagram Reels showing like just best of their life. Some guy, I keep getting some of these reels of some guy. A few people actually, they wake up 7, 9 in the morning, bowl of ice, water in, head goes in the water, and it's just showing him running. That's the whole reel essentially. And it's like there's like really like nothing there. It's just kind of showing, he's an online coach. this and that.
Yeah.
But there's also another side of Instagram Reels that I like being on, and it's showing how someone can fail while also building a business, right? Because it shows what actually happens. It shows the failures, shows the hard times, it shows the good times, it shows them having a business. I watched this whole guy build a business, and it was really cool to watch. But it's like failure is something I feel like needs to be more. Like, I wish people would talk about more.
Failure is what you need in order to succeed. It makes the person you are.
Exactly.
Some people take failure as a bad thing. It's actually a good thing in the business world.
Yep.
When you fail, you learn.
I want to build off of that because, as you were saying, you kind of said, like, unless you make it in like a one shot, like lucky chance.
Yeah, one shot lucky chance.
One shot lucky chance.
I kind of feel like, this is my opinion, I don't know if you guys would agree or not, but that's kind of, if you did like manage to, if you were trying to build a business and you did everything right the first try, like, or just got lucky and your decisions were correct, even if it was your first time ever doing it and it was just you got everything right, I kind of feel like that's the devil guiding you, because God throws obstacles and distractions and temptations. Well, the devil throws temptations, but the fact of us getting over it and developing our character over it is that's God. God is the one that brings it down so we can bring it back up, and that develops us as a character. So if you were to build a business, let's say, all right, there's two people, one dude that made it in one chance and one dude that failed like 20 times and finally made it to the top. Now, who do you think would be like harder minded?
The one who failed 20 times, not the one who made it to the top instantly.
The answer is very clear.
So,
I'm going to quote myself.
1 second.
Yeah, you gotta chill out on your turn, all right? You get there soon.
In my opinion, in the career aspect of success, it's becoming who you truly were dreaming to be in the beginning.
Exactly.
I don't care about how much money I'm making. I don't care about how much anything. I want to turn into the person that everybody calls on if they need something. I want to be the person that, if they need something, but just like want anything, just need help with anything, and the person that anyone can rely on. I just want to turn into that dude, you know?
Absolutely.
And and my career is going to be a variety of different things. I will turn into that dude, like literally Batman. That's what I want to be.
Gotta max out all your stats, bro. Gotta max out all your video game stats.
That's
like my video.
Over
Said on Instagram, max out all my stats. But look, you gotta enjoy you gotta favor the journey more than you favor the destination. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's the foundation. So, quoting myself, I've written this down because I was going to make it into a video on my Instagram page, but I'll just say it here. Every setback is a lesson, and every misstep is a redirection. Every loss is a test of resilience, because success is not born from perfection, but from persistence. Those who rise after failure, refine their strategy, and push forward with greater wisdom are the ones who ultimately win. True achievement is not avoiding failure, but mastering the art of using it as fuel.
Oh, so what made you think of that? Like, what scenario were you in,
coach, bro?
What scenario was I in when you came up with that?
The scenario of this major setback. I don't want to get into it because it's hella personal. I'll tell you guys later. I don't want to put it on the internet because I don't need everybody else knowing it. But it was a major setback having to do
for a reason.
Yeah, there's a major setback that has to do with a lot of money, and I was about to. I'm actually hitting a lot of major setbacks right now. Seeing some errors with my book, money situations, debt, stuff like that. But it's all part of the progress, so I ain't really phased. Brother. I ain't phased. Yeah. God just putting me through some trials and tribulations that He know I'm gonna get past. So that's all that really matters right there.
Yes, be grateful and thankful. That's my best advice. Always be grateful and thankful for any scenario that you're in, good or bad, because it could always be worse.
I ain't even finna fake it though. This topic right here this is Kaden's expertise. Let's move into the hustle culture debate. The pressure to be constantly working versus what true fulfillment actually is.
Yeah. All right. So I guess I'll start then.
Yeah.
So my biggest say the question again, because I mean, I know what I want to say, but I just want to be able to word it correct.
The pressure of constantly working versus true fulfillment.
Okay, so if you're trying to live the life that you want to live, obviously you need to hustle. But that hustle comes with the only thing that hustle comes with is a why. And if you don't know why you're doing it, then you're gonna be like, well, why? That's the question. Why am I even doing this? So you need to have that why constantly implanted in your head. And every time you start slacking off, every time you start getting distracted, every time you're not working, I think about it every time. I have the exact image in my head. I don't want to exactly say it because it's going to be a surprise for somebody, but that's my why. It's buying something for somebody. That's only just going to be like a step in my success, but I'm going to be a super successful when I'm able to do it. And that is going to be
why.
like I literally imagine in my head the exact scenario of me just delivering it to him every time I'm looking at my phone.
I know exactly what he's talking about too.
During working, I think it just pops up in my head. I'm like, damn, I need to get back to work.
That's what I'm saying. I'll be laying in bed trying to watch a movie and looking like, this nigga's a bitch. Get up. No, but for real. Look, it's always about the why. I'm not even gonna fake it to you. Look, my why is big as hell, but like, I don't know. My why is so deeply rooted into me. Like, I feel it's my purpose that God has given me. Like, once I make it, there's so many things I want to do to help society, make society better, bigger, just overall get society out of the ways that it's currently in to bring the world into a better place. Something that aligns with God's vision, which I might not do in my lifetime, but at least I can start it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I guess.
Sure why, brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'll build off what I was saying after you speak, Lucas.
Yeah, for sure. So let me make sure my mic doesn't fall. I don't need another free and I guess it is gonna fall. Guys, 1 second. First it was the chair, now it's my microphone. What guys knows about the chair one?
Do you want me to talk? Or are you gonna...
We're good now. We're good. I fixed it.
Hey, everybody knows about the chair, bro. It's on the freaking
Dude, everyone knows about the chair. I know. First ever podcast. That's funny. No, but the why, dude. I think everyone has to have a deeply rooted why. Kind of their goal, because if you don't have a why, you have a setback. You don't have something to continue to move forward. I think that's a very huge part, because when you're doing something, you can't focus. Just want to take an example here. You can't focus on so much a little thing. Let's just say a tree, for instance, when there's a whole forest around you. And there's so much more that's going on. You can't just straight focus on one little thing. Something I found, a quote I found, like, I want to say like September or something. I've always just kind of like kept it in mind, because you got to know that there's so much other stuff happening, right? You know how people say, always take small steps, because you always want to see everything in life. And that's kind of like what that, I would say that quote is kind of basing itself off. And that goes back to my why. Is seeing what I can do and what all I can do, the purpose of God. Maybe, because obviously I want to help as many people as I can. I want to just be friendly. I want to be kind. I want to be the best person I can to everyone. Maybe everyone in my college, everyone I meet on the street, even some grandma who pushed me, because that is a story. There's a grandma who pushed me while I was skateboarding. So it was so weird. It was so weird. Like I was skateboarding and she was just like, she just stopped. I'm like, hey, watch out. Like I was trying to tell her, I was like, hey, and I was trying to move. So I had to, I came to a full stop, because obviously she's a grandma. Movements probably isn't the best. And as I stopped, because I'm not going to hit an old lady. Absolutely not. That's, my morals would never allow me to do that.
No.
She comes up to me, like as I'm about to take off again, because I kind of like, kind of grabbed my board and I walked past her. She pushed me. I'm like, whoa, what?
What did I do?
What is this about? Like I literally like made sure I didn't hit you, but I don't know, man. People are interesting here in Colombia.
Hey, old people are stuck in their ways. I didn't know.
Hey, you just gotta be like, Jesus loves you.
I did.
Yeah, Jesus, kill him with kindness. Jesus loves you.
I said, have a good day, and she just fumed. Not in the heat of the moment was I laughing, absolutely, but should I have said that? Probably not. But
have a good day, ma'am.
Yeah, exactly what I said. I just said, have a blessed day. I was having a really good morning, and I'm just not gonna let I'm not gonna let something so little affect my day. You know what I mean? God gave me this day. He gave me the air to breathe, and I am thankful for God, everything that He does for me, because the only reason why I'm up today, the only reason I'm breathing air today, the only reason why I was able to eat today, the only reason I'm actually on this podcast, like everything, right, is because of God. He allowed me to do this, and I am so thankful. I pray that I get to read.
I mean, the sermon at church, bro,
Yeah.
today. Oh my gosh, was
Bro,
absolutely
tell
amazing.
me about it yet.
It
What
was
was the,
absolutely amazing.
what happened to that?
So
What was the
I don't want to put pastor's business on the internet either, but like pastor was arriving to church a little late because of some personal reasons, and
Yep.
I got everything written down because I wanted to bring some of it into her. But it was he said he said I forgot like the term for it, but it was like a term in the Bible, or not, like Catholics define it as a term or something, and it's the fish fry. Like everybody gathers and eats fish and together, and he was like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So he was like, going over a past thing where his friend invited him over with a fish fry, and he didn't bring anything to give or anything, and he was like, the reason he didn't bring anything to give was because she said not to bring anything except himself, but he would have brought something.
Right.
And he said that was kind of like the main point of what he was going at. And then he took it from like the fish fry scenario. It was like, even when we're going to a fish fry, we don't bring anything, or somebody's house who's making food, we don't bring anything to give to them as appreciation. But at the same time, some of us are still coming to other places empty. Like we come empty handed. Like you're going into the church,
Yeah.
you're being in the presence of God, but your heart is empty. You have not accepted him.
Exactly. Oh,
So
that adds perfectly to what I said. Yeah. Keep going.
that was pretty much what he was talking about. And he was like, he moves into something a little different, and I actually took it down because it aligns with my 3 new books coming out in the over a span of 2 weeks that has to do with government reform. But he said the land will not be healed until we get it right as a community.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a good way to put it.
Right to what I was saying, just talking about my why was just trying to make as many people as happy as possible. I want to help as many people as I can, because even me, Micah, 2 years ago when we were talking about this, I feel like every year we talk about this.
Podcast was just a vision. Now here's the reality.
We just want to help as many homeless people, as many people who are struggling and in need as possible, right?
Look,
because
if it was up to me, I would help the whole world that's like in need. I'd travel countries just to help people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mission
That's
trips.
I'm always so interested in what Mr. Beast does. Because now, obviously, is he religious? I think he's like
I don't think
what he was.
I don't think he is. I don't know, because he helps
I think
people
it's awesome
by giving
how he's
them
helping
money,
the world.
but he doesn't.
He wants to do what I do. Like he builds schools in like places that don't have like the best education, and he's helping people who are in need, and that's like what I want to do, because I feel like it's so like I love seeing people with a smile on their face. I love seeing my friends smile. I love seeing my boys smile. I love seeing anyone who I come in contact with smile, because there's something about that. It just feels something in my heart, because exactly, because it's genuine happiness. Obviously, not people might throw on a fake smile.
Not too long ago, and he was like, "Thank you so much." I was like, I don't know. I kind of melted on the inside. He was like, "Thank you, bro." He kind of smiled and stuff and everything.
It's just there's
like I wish I could have did more, but it was just a brownie.
Seeing people happy makes me happy.
Gotta pull up to these streets with like a truckload of food.
For real.
See, that's the type of shit I want to do, man.
Feast. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like just like that, like I was building off what I was saying, and whenever you have that exact scenario, that exact vision, like you can close your eyes and literally vision yourself being in the scenario of yourself maybe 10 years into the future. That's the best advice I can give anybody, is just take some time. A lot of people say it too because it's true. Take some time and vision what you truly want, and like literally down to like a T, to where you can literally like you can close your eyes and wake up in your new life 10 years from now, to where you did everything you said that you're going to do, and just like what would your life be like, and you put that in your head every single time you start slacking, and there's no possible way that you could ever fail. Well, lose.
Well, yeah, lose. Yeah, that's better. Because I don't know, you got to be obsessed with it. Obsession. Think who said this? Freaking
Andrew Tate.
No, it was not Andrew Tate. For once in our lifetime, it was David Goggins, Navy SEAL, he said obsession will beat talent every single time.
Yep. Amen to that. You could have enough talent, but the thing is, with enough obsession, you're gonna end up having talent. And then once you have this obsession and talent, you're unbeatable, even by someone that's even more obsessed than you. So you gotta. But even that might not be possible because you're gonna be obsessed 100%. If you truly want something that bad, it's gonna be 100%. So
Yeah.
disregard what I just said because that was kind of stupid.
Yeah, that was.
But
Well,
you know,
I'm not gonna say that.
I want to switch into a little exercise with you. I'm not gonna answer it, but like as a mindset coach, an exercise I want to do is the power of personal definition. It's basically all explaining why you need to define success on your own terms. So give me like short answers, but like detailed.
All right.
Ready? If you had unlimited money, what would you still want to do with it?
I would want to have just a generational wealth for my family and make sure that they never have any worries ever again. That's my pretty much my number one why. Like I want this big castle type empire for my entire family, and that's the one. That is also another one of my whys. Just having this big castle in Slovenia or some, I don't even know where, but just where we could all just thrive and not have to worry about any of the exterior problems in the world. That's my biggest thing because we're on the brink of World War III right now. We got straight nuclear weapons. I just want to,
Dude, we've been had nuclear weapons.
We've been had nuclear weapons, dog. But they're closer to the big red button than anything ever today. So I mean,
yeah.
But like, yeah. All right, Lucas, what about you? What would you still want to do?
I mean, I feel like I keep repeating myself every time for these questions, but it's helping people, man.
Yep.
Helping people in need. That's generally all I would want to do. If I had, let's just say, I had everything I ever wanted. If I could give everything to my sister, my mom, all of my family members, my brother especially, he is by far my best friend. My number one is my brother, always my closest one. If I could just anything, my whole family, if I can give them everything that they wanted, I would. And then it wouldn't just be that, because I don't think that would be able to fulfill me if it's just my family. I feel like more people, like a lot of people would say like, yeah, family, this, all infinite money. But it wouldn't suffice for me. I would want to see others, because obviously other people are going to need help. Other people want their goals to be reached. And I think that's where I would want to come in. Say someone wants to start a business. They need funding. Have $100,000. Have a mil.
Yeah, like just.
I have unlimited money.
For real.
But they have to tell me why. They have to tell me like I can't. I'm not just gonna.
Yeah.
Right. Because then obviously. Like,
all right, but like,
if you want to start something,
are you just giving them $100,000, or are you like taking equity?
I'm gonna try and help them. No, absolutely. I'm not no equity.
You're not taking nothing from them. You're just giving them money. All right, yeah, that's.
It's just a loan. It's just be like, hey, you want to start this business? If you have a dream that you want to do and that you think that you can like succeed in, try it.
So
because there's nothing wrong with trying.
Capitalist.
What?
A venture capitalist kind of.
That's giving out loans, expecting to be paid back.
Like I say loans. That was a really better saying. I just want to give money out, right? I just want to make people happy. Yeah, that's all. It's not really a loan. I said loan because it's like have a certain amount of money. But to be fair, yeah, you would expect something back. No, I wouldn't expect anything back. Literally just also once again, Kaden, like as you mentioned earlier, big truck, huge thing of food. Imagine it's like 10 of those guys going down some like crazy like kind of like homeless street. Take anything you want. Take anything and everything. Dog food, because I know some people. Because I hate it when it sucks so much seeing a homeless person and they have a pet and it sucks. I hate seeing homeless people because I want to help them out so much. But obviously, I'm not in a position where I can, because I can what? I might give them $5, but what was it?
I've actually designed a system. Okay, so basically, I gotta go from the top with this. Like how I asked you guys that question. If I had unlimited money, what would I do? I would start my own government. I am a socialist. I don't believe in the Republicans. I don't believe in democracy. The government will be defined as like a group of people who serve short terms, like 3-month terms. It changes out every 3 months, and it's a group of people combined that. Like, if you read the book, it goes in depth in this. I'm just skimming over everything right now. So, like, it's a group of people who specialize in specific things that, like, run the federal show. and then the state also has a group of people that run their show and everything. But like there's systems in the world, that healthcare systems, that like their citizens get it completely free. They don't pay nothing. Why are we the only government system that sends our citizens into extreme debt when we're giving birth, childcare?
Because they want to
Healthcare
pocket all the money.
Yeah, like
Obviously.
our healthcare providers focus on treating the symptoms instead of treating the actual disease,
Yeah.
and
No, that's a good
profit
way to
off
put
of medicine. Like if I had it up to me, I would the government would control all medicine, and it will, and healthcare. Like healthcare would be completely paid for every citizen a part of the system.
Oh, okay. So like free healthcare and
Free
everything.
healthcare, free childcare, free all that. And like the justice system, instead of sending them straight to jail, like depending on the crime, like I'll send them to like a different place, not jail, but like a place where it's still treating them like human beings, and actually coaching them as to how to regain and become a part of society again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reframing the military to only focus on protection instead of how we have it, where like if we riot or protest, I mean, I understand the riots, but like protesting, you call in the National Guard just to attack your own citizens. I don't really think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And
what do you
this,
think about
what did you say?
who do you think deserves the death sentence?
No one, to be honest. Like we're not judge, jury, and executioner. God is the only person who has the ability to judge someone on anything, and He still
Yeah.
forgives literally everyone, most as long as they have accepted Him into their lives. So who are we to judge people? Nobody should have
So are
the
we
death
gonna be a
sentence. Nobody should
government
lose their life.
Is it going to be a government based off of Christianity? Not Christianity, but
It's going to be a
religion.
government based off of God helping people and basically becoming more united than divided. Because I've said this again, and I'll say it multiple times. How are we considered the United States of America if everybody in this country is extremely divided?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the stuff kind of going on is, how are we as imperfect people supposed to judge another imperfect man?
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
And it feels like, I don't know, in my head it just does not feel right. So dude, yeah, I understand 100% what you're trying to say there. Because like, how, I don't know, man, how can we, because I even think about this, like, because sometimes obviously we're not all perfect people. I might get in a fight with someone, I might, in my head, I might like talk to someone and I'll be like how can
We
I
all
judge
sin.
someone as an imperfect man myself, right? It's not right to me. It's not right.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how I view it. It's just like how
So,
can
like,
we, man? Like,
pretty much, this book is our new Declaration of Independence. I can read an excerpt of like 2 paragraphs real quick. America was founded on the ideals of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Principles so sacred that men and women risked everything to secure them. The nation was built on the blood, sacrifice, and unwavering determination of those who believed in the promise of freedom and opportunity. Yet, over time, that promise has been betrayed. The government that was meant to serve and protect has instead worked against them, prioritizing the interest of the wealthy elite while leaving the middle and lower classes struggling for survival. This country was never meant to be ruled by the few at the expense of the many. Yet that is exactly what has happened. Instead of a system that uplifts its citizens, America has built a machine designed to control, oppress, and exploit. The government does not serve the people, it serves the corporations, the banks, the political dynasties, and the billionaires who fund their campaigns. The average American is not free. They are trapped in a cycle of endless work, debt, and political theatrics that only benefit those at the top.
Okay. I mean, I was going to think of something as you're reading that. How do you think the government oppresses like the people at the very low of the low?
At the very low of the low, I have something in here.
Because I kind of disagree with that.
All right, explain your disagreement real quick so I can have a better understanding and
I'll
actually
give some
rebuttal
examples.
properly.
Like, I'm sure you've heard of Section 8. I'm sure you've heard of affirmative action. I'm sure you've heard of disability pay. Like, all these kind of things that the government just gives out for free for all of the poor people. But I completely agree with you how they completely screw over the people in the middle.
All right, is it truly free?
Yeah.
Is it like what's the cost? There's always a hidden cost and a hidden agenda with the government.
To drive up to the bank and collect their check.
But do you see homeless people collecting that check? because they're the lowest of the low. I don't see any government official working to help them. Do you?
Well, I feel like don't governments like fund the homeless shelters?
No, people fund the homeless shelters. People who actually give
Okay.
a care about society fund the homeless shelters.
Yeah.
Just like people who care about other, like, real, because, like, if government, yeah, they might give you some money. Like, for instance, food stamps, that's government approved, but they're not giving you much to get food and to get by. While we have people who funded everything for, like, there was this one place I went to volunteer for my community service. They buy stocks of just food that can go in a pantry and give it out for free to people who come in, people who are sick, people with disabilities, homeless people. If they need some food, they just give it out. This is all funded by people who actually care about society, not by the government.
I really like how we're talking about this now, because the fact that I don't know if you guys, no, I don't think you guys relate, but I just recently found God, and I've lived my entire life, which really without thinking about it too much. So I've always lived my life just thinking about survival of the fittest, pretty much.
Yep.
And in a way that, like, is it? Here's a good question: is it really helping somebody if you're giving them a whole bunch of stuff and for them to not learn how to get it themselves? Like, you can give a poor man a fish, or you can teach him how to fish and feed him forever. Like,
I mean, that's a good one though. That's a good one.
That kind of goes against the word of God, because God says help everybody and forgive everybody and love everybody.
Exactly.
But, like,
Help thy neighbor.
you're not really. But it doesn't really at the same time, because if you truly love them, you're going to tell them what they need to hear instead of what they want to hear, or give them what they need instead of what they want. And that's why I love to feed them. I love to feed homeless people, but, like, giving them a whole bunch of money
when I have it.
I
mean,
feel
no,
like
but because, like, if you don't give them money, you're feeding into the stereotypical views of them. Not all homeless people are going to use it on drugs and other stuff.
No, I'm not.
Exactly.
Some of them just want to get their life right, but they
I'm not
haven't
saying
had the
that.
opportunity.
It's like, but you don't know which homeless person is
But once
going
again,
to
who
use
are we to judge?
drugs. But thing is, judging them is like just giving them money, thinking that they will use it for good. But if you teach them how to make money, if you start coaching them, if you bring them into your
Okay,
house,
but, like, look at this. You're teaching them how to make money. But some homeless people don't even get the chance to, like, they'll go to a job interview because they're actually trying to get their life right, but they won't even get a chance to get the job because the people are looking down on them, judging them for what they're wearing at that interview. Everything's always, they're reading a book by its cover, so, like, they're never having the opportunity to do what they need to do.
Absolutely.
I mean, you don't need a job to make money either. Like, you could go outside, hustle on the streets. I see people, I mean, they're selling drugs, but there's still smart ways to do it without doing it the illegal way.
Yeah, you can go outside, hustle on the streets. You can go get a shovel. You say, but, like, then again, say you're going down, knocking on each other's door, dressed like a hobo, looking like you're poor as crap. What is the person's first instinct? You're knocking on my door. Are you finna rob me? Are you finna kill me? Or I'm calling the cops?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I mean, it's an endless debate, because there's so many different things there's so many different scenarios that you could say. Like, what if they went out, be like, I guarantee somebody that they're gonna help them do their job or something, and in exchange make some money for them, or versus just trying to kind of accept that they're just going to be at the low, and they're just going to be there forever, and then start acting like it instead of taking action. Maybe going out, like, with a little money, if they do have any money, buying some nice clothes, some decent clothes at least. Going out making more money.
But then that feeds into my next portion of the book, the financial system. The existing financial system benefits a small elite while the majority struggle under the weight of inflation, debt, and corporate monopolization. The country's wealth remains concentrated among the upper class, while most citizens work endlessly just to afford basic necessities. Now, if we're working, middle class, working endlessly just to afford everything, what do you think a person who has only $12 can afford? Not really, nothing exactly. Eggs is like $8 alone now.
Yeah.
A shirt is like, I used to be able to find a shirt for like $12, a pretty good shirt. Now you got to go get them for like $35.
Goodwill, H&M.
The what?
H&M is still
H&M.
not cheap. H&M isn't cheap.
I mean,
Bro,
dude, compared to
pull up
other
the-
places,
pull up
it's
the
like
Goodwill, bro.
it's
Bro, like
cheap.
where are they gonna get their clothes? Where are they gonna get their clothes?
Pull up to
Say they only have $5. Like, where the hell are they gonna get good clothes?
what's that one
Goodwill.
place called? That thrift store.
Yeah, dude,
Okay,
Goodwill,
but like
that-
$5,
TJ
Goodwill's gonna
Maxx.
get you a what is it gonna get you? You're not getting a pair of shorts, and you're not getting jeans, shorts, and a shirt, or
You
jeans
pay
and
by
a
the
shirt, or
pound.
Go on
shorts
Shein?
and a shirt. Shein, yeah, I mean, but Shein's developed in another country, which is why it's so cheap. And
It
then you
is.
still got the delivery fees.
I think at the end of this, we're just gonna end up in the bartering system again. We're not even gonna
Yeah.
be using money.
Yeah.
So
That's actually how I literally developed a whole new financial system, and that's actually how it works. Like, money still is. Hold up, boom, here it is. I'm about to read this to you. So SST intends to replace this broken system with an economy that prioritizes national prosperity, sustainability, and individual success. While money continues to exist, it no longer dictates survival. Essential needs such as housing, healthcare, and education are completely guaranteed, ensuring that every citizen has a foundation for success. However, if you want luxury, travel, and entrepreneurship still remain a privilege that must be earned through ambition and hard work. With survival no longer being a daily struggle, individuals are free. Like, they have the freedom to pursue careers based on passion, innovation, and contribution, rather than just financial necessity and being comfortable with working at McDonald's because that's the only job they can get and the only way for them to survive.
yeah. Lucas, you
Yeah.
have anything to say?
I mean, I don't really have much. It's just I don't know. It's just kind of like I don't have like anything to say. I'm just kind of. You guys all have your points, and you guys are definitely right in your own ways.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
it's the thing is, there is no
there's
there
no
is
right.
wrong when
Exactly.
it comes to talking
All
about
right,
the
no
world.
matter what you do, you're gonna always have, like, say the world does implement my government system, which they're probably not, because it is considered treason in the eyes of the United States, which is why when I get my own enough money, I'm going to buy a private island and start it myself. But say they do implement it, there's still gonna be errors and stuff in the system. All systems have errors, but they're not gonna be as bad as we currently have them.
Well, you're based off of like examples that we've already had in the past, so you know what not to do.
Yeah,
Right.
so, like,
That's
there's
why-
gonna be-
for a reason.
Definitely, yeah.
there's going to be new-founded errors, which, I mean,
Yeah.
people aren't going to like those, because you can't make everyone happy. Life isn't about being happy all the time. Life is just about experiencing everything, the ups and the downs. Literally every emotion life is about just experiencing things. It's not
Yeah.
about constantly being happy. So you can't make everyone happy. Not everybody's going to like it, but at least it'll be better and more people-centric than our current government system.
Yeah.
Other than that, I pretty much ain't have nothing else to say, unless you guys
Yeah,
have
I
some
was just
stuff to
about
add.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that. I mean,
Good
we
podcast episode.
covered all the points.
yeah. There's definitely a lot to like talk about when it comes down to success. Absolutely.
What do you
Um,
guys truly feel about what I said about teaching a poor man to fish, or giving him a fish?
Low-key,
No.
I would give him fish, but also teach him the fish. Like, in the beginning,
Yeah,
I
I'd
would
say
give
I've been
him the
doing
stuff
both.
and then teach him after he has eaten and stuff. Like, once I give him the fish, he's ate it. All right, I'm gonna be like, now let me go teach you how to get it, so no one has to keep giving you,
Yeah.
But I
No,
want to
no,
make
that's
sure
the best
he's
way to think
good
about it.
first.
No, exactly. Yeah. No, yeah,
Bro
absolutely.
took it literally.
Excuse me.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
the best way to explain
Right.
things, put in a literal foundation. I do want to say that after this episode, we are opening to special guests coming on here. All you got to do is send me a message on the Instagram, and we'll also state the topic of the next episode on each episode that we are currently recording,
Yeah.
so that you guys can
What is it,
actually
Micah?
choose. So,
What is it?
with that being said, it's gonna be a group discussion. Don't drum roll me. Hold up. There's gonna be a group
he's
discussion.
cooked.
Like, what do you guys want to talk about? Like, we can go into more depth about the new government system if we want, or we can talk about a different topic. It's all up to what we decide as a group. So, what do you guys think? What is something that the world truly needs that we need to talk about? Because this is a reality podcast that talks about the world. Go for it.
Lucas.
Hey.
Not him raising his hand.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, well, straight out there. But I wanna get more into failure because we like briefly touched up on about it today, and I want to get more into it. I want to talk about our failures, and I want to talk about like other people's failures, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I mean,
So
I,
failure.
I,
Look.
I want to get more into failure. I want to definitely see how like what our failures are and how we have overcome, and not even just that, but like how like, in the future if we do fail at something, what is like from past self to like present self? How would that change? How have we bettered ourselves since the past to now?
I
That's
got a
what
lot to
I
say
want to.
about that. You can see it on my Instagram page. It's King Kai
Yeah.
Mindset Coach. Like, you can see all the progress I've made from where I've started, including in my 2 newest videos with me pawning over who used to be the love of my life, who I've officially let go and moved on. So,
Amen, brother.
failures.
So
So we want to talk about failure. So two topics on the board so far: SST and failure. Which one? Or
I also
add
kind of
another.
want to talk about like we briefly touched on. Well, I briefly touched on how world is different from just the United States because that's a really good conversation that people need to have because people think the society in the United States is the same society everywhere else, and that is completely far from the truth. And once people start realizing how different the world is, like out of the United States, like 80% of people in America haven't even been out of the country.
That is
So
true.
they have no clue what it's like out of here. And it is so much different.
It is beautiful. If you can't call America, people think America is like the best country in the world. Honestly, in my opinion, it's Iceland. Iceland's healthcare system prioritizes the people before anything. They don't really care about financial burdens. It's kind of pricey to live there,
try to
but
speak their language, though.
yeah.
That's the tough.
Imagine, bro. Imagine.
That's the tough part.
Mexico is also extremely beautiful, although their drug cartels is pretty bad. There's pros and cons to the entire world. It's just
leadership.
Yeah,
leadership
it's all about the
is the biggest
leadership
thing that we need. And Donald Trump is coming into office, baby.
Nah, honestly, Donald Trump is getting rid of a lot of things that is also might be helping this world, but also just not it. I'm honestly look. I even no. Hold on. Look. I gotta be. No, sacrifice what? He's taken us. I voted. This is also on my behalf. I will publicly apologize to everyone. I did not want Kamala Harris in office, but Donald Trump is not doing us any favors for the black community right now. So I'm gonna be honest. As I've written in my book, at this critical moment in history, America stands at a crossroads. The rise of an authoritarian tendencies in government threatens to strip away the last remaining freedoms of the people. Donald Trump has people in power in his government system that won't say no to him. Everybody there is buddy. Like, he could pass a law that could destroy America and they would pass it. Just like that. If that's not dictatorship, I don't know what else to tell you because that's dictatorship in my eyes. And
in my eyes, God has his hand on him though. So that's why I trust him so much as I do.
Okay, but look, I'm also like reanalyzing the fact that Donald Trump's assassination. Look at that. How does your ear heal in 2 weeks? Like, technically, I think it was staged. Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I don't even think it was a week. Like a week later, he put it there. It was barely any blood. He took it off. Boom. And they talking about it nicked him. First off, you almost got assassinated twice. Quotations, because honestly, I think both of them were staged. Because first of all, what is your instinct of survival? I am a conspiracy theorist here, but like, we're not going to get into this episode because it's really long.
That's the cliffhanger, bro. That's the cliffhanger.
All right. So that I guess is that the next episode?
Ooh. We got topics.
We can touch on all of it.
Yeah.
Nah, we of course, but like, which one is next? So they know what if they want to hop in and discuss. We
could have talked about that in the election podcast, bro.
Wow. Okay, but like, I was voting for Donald Trump there. I'm looking into it now, seeing all the laws he didn't pass and all the people he didn't fired and lives he didn't ruin. Like, he's not really helping our country. And then you have, what is it? Zelensky and Vance and Trump all in the same office, and them bullying him like they're a bunch of bullies. Like him fighting for the them bullying him like a bunch of bullies for him fighting for the same values that we praised and stood on for like centuries on end. So like,
don't say too much. This is for the next episode.
We might even have to cut this all out.
It's for the next one.
All right. With that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Kaden, insurance agent, Lucas, the man, and mindset and mental health coach here, signing out.
Yes.